Hi, welcome to the Mind Body Gym. We are going to talk about the power of tiny gains today. This is a great workout when you're just feeling like, oh, I don't have it in me to do one more thing, and you get discouraged and you just want to give up for the day. This is why it's a good idea to just push forward and do just a little thing. Tiny gains create large successes. There's an article in Harvard Business Review in 2015 that talks about Sir David Brailsford, and he took over as the coach of Britain's bike team. And this is a bike team, mind you, that had not done very well in 75 years. They were sort of the laughing stock, and it was so bad that some of the bike makers did not want them riding their bikes. So Sir Dave decided to focus on strategy, on tiny gains, and not looking at results, but looking at process to make sure that his team did everything they could to be successful. And because of that, the team did a lot of different things. They even brought their own mattresses and pillows to make sure they slept comfortably. They noticed that dust was collecting on their bike truck, so they painted the bottom white so that they could note any dust that was collecting. They practiced in wind tunnels to find out the best way to deal with the wind that they created in their bikes, and also how to follow people in the most effective way. Everything they could think of to improve, they improved. And his theory was, if we just improve 1% overall, we will improve enough to win. And they did. They took home medals until they become really one of the powerhouses in the bike racing world, just by doing that tiny gain thing. Too often we convince ourselves that massive success requires massive action, and actually the opposite is true. We're just trying to create a process, we're trying to create consistency, and then the results take care of themselves. James Clear talks about the power of tiny gains, and he actually graphs what would happen if you were 1% better every day, what that would look like, and that's that top arrow. You can see there's a vast difference between the bottom arrow, which is what would happen if you got 1% worse every day. And you also notice that the top arrow grows exponentially. So habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. If you can get just 1% better each day, 365 days later, you'll be 37 times better. Conversely, if you get 1% worse each day, the skill will have diminished to almost nothing by the end of the year. So we're going to talk about how to do this. It's really not that hard. We want to do an if-then planning. So if X happens, then I will do Y. And this is the language our brain understands. So it's easy to talk to the brain, convince it, or help it remember that this is really the healthy way to do it. If we plan ahead for an action to occur, then we're more likely to reach that goal, reach that action. For example, the if statement, if I want a snack after dinner while I'm watching TV, and here's the then I will turn the TV off and read a book in a different room. So I've got my if and I've got my then statement. The other thing that's really important here is consistency. James Clear writes, I know it's not a big deal if I make a mistake or slip up on a habit every now and then. It's the compound effect of never getting back on track that causes problems. So once in a while, it's not a big deal. By setting a schedule to never miss twice, and that's the key, never miss twice, you can prevent simple errors from snowballing out of control. I love that concept. It's one that works. You get back on track right away, do everything you can do to never miss 2 days in a row. And I love this thought by Greg Wells. Success is a few simple disciplines practiced every day, while failure is simply a few errors in judgment repeated every day. We're going to live another day tomorrow and another day after that. And so will that be a success with those few simple disciplines, or will it be failure with a few errors in judgment? It's really up to us. So on our workout, on our reflection, what habit are you focusing on? And what is going to be that 1% change you're going to make daily to grow that habit? And look at your implementation intention, the if-then statements, as you're trying to grow your habit. If I want to change my habit, if I want to do this, then I'm going to do this instead. And then review your progress at the end of the day. If you miss a day, do everything you can do to make sure that you don't miss 2 days in a row, and you will have success. I promise that you will. This is how it's done. So Along with that, notice every day, how strong do I believe that I can be successful, and how motivated am I to be successful? Keep your numbers between 6 and 10, and look at the video on belief or on motivation, whichever one you need. Also, look at your resources. Use them to make that extra 1% change. And what are the challenges? What would keep you from making that change? Be aware of them so they don't blindside you and take you by surprise. Good luck and have a great week, and we'll see you next time at the gym.